This is the Raptor Defense AR15. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is not a fancy AR-15, but it is a very affordable rifle that offers a lot of bang for the buck, shoots very, very soft, and just works. And I tried everything that I could do within reason to get this thing to stop working, and it just keeps working. Now, before we get going into this video, I do have to say thank you to the sponsors of this channel. We got a couple of them that I want to mention today. Barbell Apparel. Basically all of the shooting footage that you see in any of my videos, whether it's at the range in competition or just the pants that I'm wearing while recording this today. Barbell Apparel supports me. They keep me clothed, which keeps you from having to see me in the nude. I also want to say thank you to Gorilla Mind. Gorilla Mind is a huge supporter of me. I love basically all their products. I really like their nootropics. Their energy drinks are great. Their pre-workouts are fantastic. And the creatine, while you can get any good creatine on the internet, theirs mixes well. And my wife is willing to drink it in her coffee in the morning, which is more than I could say about most. Also got to say thank you to Route 66 Shooting Sports Park. They also did provide some of the ammo for this review. So enjoy the rest of this footage. Let's get into the review. So what do we have here? We have a 16-inch mid-length AR-15 chambered in 5.56 with some standard features, some upgraded features. It's made in California. I think I technically can't say made in America because there's a few parts that make it not legally considered made in America, but American sourced aluminum that is then machined in the state of California. The barrel manufacturer, I can't mention the OEM of it for legal reasons, but it's not Ballistic Advantage and it's not Roscoe. It's a manufacturer that is, in my opinion, kind of a step above Ballistic Advantage, and I would put on par and maybe in some ways better than Roscoe. Appearance of the gun is pretty standard. I mean, this is a 16-inch free-floated mid-length handguard. The rail is very similar to the AIM Sports rails that you see online that are very budget-friendly. It's nothing fancy, and it looks like that because it is the same kind of manufacturing family that's doing a lot of this. Same manufacturing family as the Warrior Systems USA AR that I talked about in the past that runs for basically double the cost of this bad boy. MSRP on these are about $6.99, but I know that you can get them for a whole lot less. And if you're in the state of California, they offer both a featureless and a fixed magazine option. If you have bolt lock, you can actually still clear double feed malfunctions with this because I fit the pin that locks the magazine in place. It's similar to a Hogue Freedom Fighter, but a little bit better in my opinion. The trigger is a standard, just kind of okay mil-spec trigger. It's not the smoothest mil-spec trigger that I've ever felt, but it's definitely not as crunchy as some of the other ones on the market. Standard mil-spec stock, standard carbine buffer. It's a mid-length gas system 5.56. It comes with M-Bus knockoff sights. These are not actually Magpul M-Bus sights. I wouldn't splurge for the options with the sights that they offer. They have a couple of bundles online that aren't really worth it, but for $6.99 for the base rifle, I was honestly very, very impressed with this. I thought I was gonna be doing this review kind of just like going through the motions. It's a budget AR. What more can you really expect of it? Are you really expecting this to be a tack driver? Probably not. I was expecting going into this review thinking, okay, it's gonna shoot okay. It's gonna be overgassed. Maybe it'll be reliable. But what I ended up getting was a fairly accurate rifle. I was getting about 3-inch 10-round groups, which for me, with cheapo ammo that isn't steel case, just some pretty decent PMC X-Tac, I was very happy with that. I think that's like par for the course for me. So it's able to do that. I got a little bit better groups with some better ammo, but I didn't do a whole lot of extensive testing because budget gun. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't want to spend the money on really expensive ammo for this review. But I was able to get some 2-inch groups here and there if I really took my time. The gassing on this gun is, for a budget gun, this gun is like perfectly gassed. I hope that if anyone gets a Raptor Defense RD15, that it is gassed like this one is. Actually, I hope if you own an AR15 that doesn't have an adjustable gas block and you're not putting a suppressor on it, I hope that all of your mid-length 16-inch 5.56 rifles are gassed like this one is, because it is just very, very pleasant. Perfectly gassed right out of the box, and I was able to shoot it surprisingly effectively because I kind of, again, walked into this with very low expectations, and my expectations were exceeded. Would I put this gun like on par with like a BCM or a Sons of Liberty Gunworks? No, no, I would not. However, is this gun better than most of the PSAs? Actually, is this gun better than all of the PSA ARs that I've handled? I would say yes. You can get them in the state of California easily. They're going to be available in a whole lot of places in stores in the state of California because the dealers or the manufacturers went and spoke with a ton of dealers all over the state. Honestly, I'm very impressed. I mean, ambi safety, it's got sling loops on the rear, which I could take or leave. It's got QD endpoints on the stock. It comes with a vertical foregrip, which if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But it's just honestly a nice gun. The lower receiver is a billet, same with the upper receiver. It has an interesting look to it that I think some people might like because it just stands out a little bit against the grain, you know? So it looks a little bit different than your typical forged lower, which some people like. I think it's a very, very good gun for the price. Like, is this as good as the Blackout Defense AR15 review, or AR15 that I'm working on for review? No. No, it is not. But it's also like a quarter of the price and definitely more than a quarter of the gun. Obviously, diminishing returns, you know, like you start getting less and less for your money as you spend more and more. For $700, if you just need an AR, or if it's going to be your first AR, if your experience is anything like mine, then that would be awesome. Time will tell what these look like in terms of user performance on the market, but I'm very hopeful. I put about 2,500 rounds through this gun. I think I actually got closer up to about 3,000. I stopped counting when I got to around 2,300, and I legitimately have not had a single malfunction. And I'm actually gonna double check that right now on my Excel spreadsheet for this gun, because some guns that I do reviews on, I keep actual detailed notes on. Yeah, I got literally nothing. So I got this gun smoking hot a handful of times, and no issues whatsoever. Reasonably accurate, perfectly reliable, even when I run the absolute piss out of this thing. It's soft shooting. I mean, it just works. It's an AR-15, it's inexpensive, seems good, it's got some neat features. Personally, I would rather go with the featureless configuration in the state of California, and that's what I would recommend just in general for the most part. Let me know what you guys think. Are you interested? What's your favorite budget manufacturer out there? I know everyone probably has their own special brand of budget AR that they prefer, that they like, but I think this is a good contender. So yeah, thank you. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.